Hey, everybody, welcome to part two of Worldwide Ramblings for a Saturday night, November 30th. It's 25 degrees here as I do this show live, and I'm freezing my hiney off here. I have to open up the heat vent after we're done. But it's one of these weird things, gravity heat. I got to be respectful of the guy sleeping downstairs. Cheryl Larson, back, Jack. Get back, Jack. Do it again. We're going round and round. Round and round we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. Only the Lord Jesus. Ted Richards is here again. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? Marty Greco. Yes. Um, I just didn't want to not be able to see you guys talking. I wanted to make sure I could see the live chat. So when we get that new ether wire in, hopefully that will be the issue because it's a new modem, a new router, and Sue is here. Miss Sue. Hi, Jack. Well, hi, Sue. How you doing? I still remember what we talked about last week. Seroquel and Xanax. Be careful now. Be careful. Obviously, you've been doing this for a while. Laura Shadley. Hello, Jack from Otway. Yeah. Sometimes when we pop on a second time, somebody gets the notification and didn't know we were on or what have you, or they, just had time now to to spend with us, and we're so appreciative. We have a half an inch of snow in Ohio, huh? Yeah. Right now we don't have any, and I don't think there's any in the forecast, but it's cold. It's cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. Oh, yeah. Lou Graham, in his prime, he was the very best. I haven't seen the new guy though. I haven't seen. Yeah, I saw a little bit of him. For a while, they had on the tour. They had Lou come out and sing a few songs, you know. Um, and the Foreigner. Oh, Foreigner, great group. They have like what 16, 17 hits. So as I have told before, I saw Lou at the Orange County Fair a few years back, 2019, I guess, and it was Asia and Lou Graham. And really, Lou is the headliner, because really, Asia only had one big hit. It's a heat of the moment, and I don't know any other words right now. Heat of the moment. They were great. They did a great set. And then they introduced Lou, who you already know the first song Lou Graham is going to sing. It's just a perfect opening song. And probably Foreigner did it all the time as an opening song. But they're going to back him up, and they got like a lot of hits to get to here because Lou doesn't have one big hit. He even had a few solo ones that are, not as remembered as well. But Foreigner had like 14, 15 hits, amazing amount of hits. So Lou comes out, and you hear the riff begin to feels like the first time, and which is a perfect DJ talk up song. We used to love talking up songs like that. People would say, shut up and let us hear the opening. So he comes out as that riff is playing, and everybody is happy to see him. He doesn't look or quite sound the same, but people are still happy to see him. And in the course of that next hour, he fits in as many Foreigner hits as he can, from Dirty White Boy to Urgent to Jukebox Hero to the classic songs I love the most, like I've been waiting for a girl like you to come into my life, or I want to know what love is. And when he does that song, he always says, well, back in the day, back when they were playing Madison Square Garden and everything, we used to have, for this song, a choir would come out. The local choir would come out and back us up. Well, I don't have those kind of things anymore, but I have you. So if you'll sing with me, and it works very well. And he's looking actually better. And I think he's responded well to treatment. He was pretty sick there, but he seems to be doing better than he was 5 years ago. So that's great. Jay Pogera is here. Hi, Jack. I remember you, Jay. Welcome again. And Kathleen Wiedenbacher is here. Hi, Jack and friends. Hello, Kathleen. How you doing tonight? Did you have a nice Thanksgiving? Or are you in Canada? No, you're not in Canada because you know about all those American hamburger joints. American hamburger joints. Stay away from me. American hamburger joints. Tasty food set me free. Don't want you making my stomach any bigger. Don't want you to clog my arteries no more. I got more important things than to die at 68 because I ate a double cheeseburger. Now, burger, get away from me. I'm just having fun here. Shelly is here. Shelly from England. Did you have turkey on October 14th, was it? Thanksgiving there. Cheeseburger in paradise. I like mine with French fry potatoes. What a big cold, a big something pickle. Is it the pickle he says? And an ice cold beer. I don't like the ice cold beer part, but I like everything else there. God rest his soul. He left us too early, didn't he? You know, it sucks when you're a billionaire loving your life and having an audience that adores you and you have to check out, you know. I don't know. I mean, he was never wasting his time in Margaritaville. No, he was living the dream. But then, did he have God? Did he know Jesus? Patrick Wilburn, hello everybody. Hi, I'm freezing. Love the burger, but a no on the beer. Me too. I don't, Ted. I never got it. I don't. It's like football to me, and you probably will part ways with me on this comment. But it was on today at Brother Bruno's, and I looked up there and I said to Karen, I just don't get look at how they're screaming and yelling. I don't get it. They run a few yards and they get tackled, and what's the big deal here? You know, it just passes me by. I'm not trying to offend anyone who loves football. I don't. I love the New York Yankees, and that's about it. Hockey's cool to look at for like 5 minutes. Basketball would be more fun to play than it would be to watch, I would say. But I do like a good baseball game and had happy times down at Yankee Stadium with my son Corey. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't get beer. And sometimes, like, I'll have like a hard cider when we're at one of these craft beer places because they always have cider and it tastes like beer. So I like a margarita, frozen margarita. Oh dear. Um, Vodka sour for a simple drink that they can make at any bar usually. Some can even screw that up, though, like they can a Tom Collins. Don't ever ask a young person to make a Tom Collins. That's when they go and pick up the book. They're not going to get it right. They're not going to get it right. It's not that hard, but they don't know how to do it. And of course, I like my strawberry daiquiris and stuff. All of this I have very, very seldomly, by the way. Thank God I never developed the addiction for alcohol. With my addictive personality, it wouldn't have been good. You make your own burger, pet. Make your own kind of music. Make your own kind of song. I love that song. Who sang that? Was it Mama Cass? Elliot? I like your burger song. Well, it's something you do on occasion, There's a couple of times a year I just got to have a Big Mac. I got to have it. I might as well get the fries, and I might as well get the large orange high C. I don't want the orange soda. I want the large orange high C. See? Yeah. I think I am going tomorrow to pet. Yeah, because it's in your mind now. Karen even mentioned, why don't we get burgers for tomorrow? And I said, oh, it's not good for you. But we got pot roast instead. I bought a pot roast. And so we'll have pot roast and potatoes and spinach and stuff like that tomorrow for our Sunday meal. Yeah, I like Big Macs. Who doesn't like a Big Mac? Who doesn't like those fries, Shelley? You even have them in Canada. Hey, so your prime minister, Shelley, was making nice with the president-elect down at the Mar-a-Lago. Did you see the video? I mean, Trump is so happy these days. I'm so happy. I'm going into politics now. So if anyone wants to go to the latrine, already I see one person not here. Maybe they'll be in the replay though. I hate to lose people over politics. I do, but I have to speak my heart. I mean, we get after 4 years of Joseph R. Biden as he opened the door to the most vile progressives, and they're not all bad like that. Like I'll tell you, Bernie Sanders is a good, decent man from Vermont, and he was very rough on. He's not a progressive; he's a socialist. There's a difference. There's a difference. You know, he explained why the progressives lost the election for the Democrats. You know, they stopped caring about the working man. They stopped caring about the issues of their constituents, and then there was everything Joe Biden was doing, and then Kamala Harris. You know, it was just it's just been 4 years of sadness. So we, of course, we are allowed our time of jubilation here, not the kind of jubilation we will have in the second coming of Christ. Oh no, not even close. Not even close. But we feel that God's people got together and prayed. I mentioned on the air numerous times that we needed to pray about this election, and other people obviously did too. And people got together and they got on that line. We weren't going to let Kamala Harris destroy America, because that's exactly what we feel. We feel she was totally unqualified and has no future in politics. So I don't even think of the governor of California, but you never can say never, you know. So if it happens, yeah, the Big Mac that came along in '66, the sauce was invented by a McDonald's employee back then, and it's just something every once in a while you crave, you know. And their fish fillet sandwich, in terms of other places, is nowhere near that great. But when you're there, and if they make it right, it's pretty good. You go to Culver's, which we don't have one anywhere near here in New York. You go to Culver's, and that cod fish sandwich is making me very hungry for it right now. But you've heard me say that before. I'm looking at it right now as I speak. I look to my left, and yes, out of my 200 and some pictures, maybe more, is a picture of the Culver's fish sandwich. I opened up the wrapper, and there it is. And I would love to enjoy that now. And there's me standing in front of the Culver's restaurant in Port Orange, Florida, all by myself. All by myself. I had to take a selfie, you know. Karen doesn't do long car trips like that. And I had already booked the hotel, couldn't get a refund. And it was February, and I wanted to go see Jimmy Stir, and had gotten a really good cheap deal. And I would have lost all of it if I didn't go. So I decided I'm going to go with Karen's blessings. And but I missed her, of course, not having her there. And but the only way I'll get her down there is if I fly and then rent a car, and that's not in the budget. That's just not in the budget, you know. Hearts Wild. I'm good with it, Jack. CNN, as usual, was at my parents' house. They were talking about Trump's tariffs. I told him he is here. It's going to be okay. He likes to use that, right? Hearts Wild. He threatens tariffs and then works out a great deal. He's done it many times, but he also has done real tariffs. So he says when she, talking about going into Taiwan. Taiwan? What am I saying? Is that right? No, it doesn't sound right. The place he's been threatening to invade, Chi. Is that Taiwan? Um, he says, no, he won't do that because he respects me and he knows I'm a crazy F. He said that. Pure Trump, pure Trump. Happy December 2024. You waited right until the clock struck midnight, didn't you? The witching hour. We don't want to say witching hour. We won't give midnight to the devil. We'll give midnight at the oasis. It is technically now time to send your camel to bed. Send your camel to bed, Hearts Wild, will you? Otherwise, he'll be up all night raiding your fridge when you go to bed. Yeah, the mess they make. Have we talked about this before, Ted? Because I remember interaction like this, somebody not liking that song. It was probably you. I can't even remember all the lyrics now. I just remember she had a beautiful voice and the song had a really nice feel to it. But there's a lot of songs like that. You don't really analyze the lyrics too much. And of course, I always talk about Whiter Shade of Pale. What the heck is that song about? The guy who sings it and plays the organ doesn't know. The casual viewer came back. It's only 9 p.m. here. Are you on the West Coast? Are you in California, AI? Oh, sorry, you're in Vegas? No, no, you're not the Vegas person. Are you? I'm confused now. Pet, hey, 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 we're the monkeys. Wonder he is not in a studio. Looks like a privy room. A privy room. Huh. Oh, dear. Love Canada. Camels. Love camels. They're not good for you, Dad. They'll give you the cancer. They'll give you the cancer. Don't be smoking the camels. Just didn't care for the song. She was a good singer, though. Yeah, we've had some weird songs that became hits, like It's the Last Song I'll Ever Sing for You. It's the last song I'll ever write for you. People thought he was committing suicide, that guy. The group, it wasn't a guy named Edward Bear. It was a group called Edward Bear, and that was their one and only hit. People also thought the same thing when they heard Seasons in the Sun. It's like Terry Jacks from the Poppy Family, his one solo hit. And it sounds like he's saying goodbye to everybody. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun. But I guess he and his sister Susan, weren't doing hit records anymore. But Seasons in the Sun, my God. I remember being a young lad of 16, 17, listening to that song on the radio every hour and a half, every 2 hours. It was huge, number one song. And but before that, there was the Poppy Family. Which way you going, Billy? Can I go too? Remember that song by Susan Jacks and Terry Jacks of the Poppy Family? Oh, I'm like a jukebox baby. I'm gonna sing all over you. December is official. Yes, it is if you're here on the East Coast, but if you're in California, anywhere West Coast time, Vegas, you will you will you will not be having that December experience just yet. I want to have the March 1st experience. That's when I'm starting to be really hopeful. Yeah. How about Bo Donaldson and the Haywoods? How about some Bo Donaldson and the Haywoods? Why would I know their songs? Billy, don't be a hero. Don't be a fool with your life. Billy, don't be a hero. Come back and make me your wife. What? You won't do it? Well, who do you think you are? Can't think of the next line. Who do you think you are? That's my favorite Bo Donaldson and the Haywoods tune right there. I was following him on Facebook for a while. I think I was friends with Bo Donaldson for a while there. Um, did he quit me or did I quit him? I didn't quit him. But Who Do You Think You Are is a good song. It's a good song. Billy was, a novelty song. What do you think? You can tell we are old. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know any of these new songs. Um, I listened to Taylor Swift, expecting to hate her, and I thought the tunes were cute and catchy. But I'm not going to go buy a CD. Why would I buy anything when I got Spotify? It's going to be right there. Bill Mooney has a brand new album out, which I'm sure is on Spotify. That's Will Robinson. Take the time. He's really good. He's a grandpa. He's like 70 years old now and had done a lot of movies and TV shows after and before Lost in Splice. Splice? Lost in Splice. It should be Lost in Splice. That was me in the production studio trying to cut reel to reel tape, you know, to edit. I never really did it. I tried it once, in a practice kind of session. I couldn't do it. White marking pencil, splice the tape right where you're supposed to, then use something to put it back together, and it's smooth as a baby if you do it right. No, I would do take 38 before I would try to splice tape. I told myself I couldn't learn it. And like all my other self fulfilling prophecies, I was right, Todd Bradshaw. Thank you for $20 on the Cash App, Media Guy 56, lowercase letters, Media Guy 56. Rhinestone Cowboy, yeah, is playing over here. LOL. I always play the old songs. I've been walking the streets so long, playing the same old songs. I know every crack in these dirty sidewalks of Broadway, which is the next line. I know about the subway token in his shoe. There's been a load of compromising on the road to my horizon, but I want to be where the lights are shining on me. Now, later on, when he became a born again Christian and had some contemporary Christian albums out, we played them on Sound of Life Radio when I was over there. Jesus and Me is a good song by Glenn Campbell. He changed the lyric to "I want to be where the light is shining on me," and he would lift his hands. "I want to be where the light is shining on me," like a rhinestone cowboy. And of course, when he did the song live, he would always end it with "and cowgirls, and cowgirls." So, yeah. So anyway, please don't, you call Donald Trump a king. That's BS. There was a lot more dictator in this administration and in the progressive way of thinking. Yes, Tom Homan has the right. The federal government has the right when a governor is committing a felony by harboring fugitives, refusing to turn them over, and what have you, blocking them. That is anybody else would go to jail. Why shouldn't a governor go to jail for that? No, I'm sorry. You took an oath to protect the people in your state. You can't be okay with rapists and murderers that came over from another country. I'm not saying they're all that. I'm saying those are the ones you want to get out first, as Tom Homan says. I'm sorry, but whether it's the governor of New York or Illinois, who's usually at the Golden Corral, or the governor of Massachusetts, you don't have a right to do that. You can have that opinion, but once you break the law, you don't answer. You're not above that law. You're not above that law. And if you say, well, I guess then only Donald Trump is baloney. A bookkeeping error in New York involving Stormy Daniels. By the way, it's not illegal to pay someone money to keep their mouths shut. I'm surprised it's not. But there was a bookkeeping error as to where the payment was logged. And then the statute of limitations expired on that. And somehow DA Bragg and others found a way to turn that into 34 current felonies. It's jive. It's going to be dismissed. If they don't do it, if Judge Marchand doesn't do it, the Supreme Court will. And this is blatant lawfare. That is what a dictator would do. And Biden's DOJ did that time and time again. Sickening in the United States of America. So Kash Patel for, I know nothing about this man, Kash, Kash Patel, for, you mean they're not, Trump's not going to keep Christopher Wray? Is it because he authorized them going into Mar-a-Lago to look in his wife's panty drawer? Is that it? Did he take offense at that? Was he thin-skinned? Yeah, forget it, Chris. You seem like a wonderful man that disappointed this time and time again, and I don't understand why you don't make that good, and why you would allow persecution of Catholics and people standing in front of abortion clinics to be sentenced to 10 years and things like that. Why you would allow that kind of thing, you know? You always have to think of, what am I going to face God for? What am I going to face God for? Oh dear. So, you like the song Teddy Bear? That's one of those songs that I could do without ever hearing again, but liked it when I heard it, that kind of thing. There are songs that, yeah, Ruthie says that Glenn Campbell sang those great Jimmy Webb songs, Galveston, By the Time I Get to Phoenix, Wichita Lineman. Yeah, he lived right here. I don't know if he still does. Jimmy Webb in Tuxedo Park, which is a gated community, Tuxedo, New York. Not too far from me. I could probably get there in 35 minutes or so. And Whoopi Goldberg lived there with one of my favorite actors, Frank Langella. They were together for a long time. This is before uh, Whoopi was so unlovable. When we usually used to like Whoopi. I always say, if I sat down with Whoopi Goldberg, we could have a great conversation, but it would be all about Dark Shadows, the original series, because she is a big fan like I am, and still am, and still am. So I guess that's enough politics for now. We'll see what happens here. I can't wait for January 20th to come through. And for things to get into high gear right now. Tom Holman is looking to he's working with Governor Abbott to get things right in Texas. They're going to build a detention center there on 114 acres of land. I do believe in compassionate deportation with exceptions. When a 2-year-old, or how did that happen? A 2-year-old walked in here, a 5-year-old, a 10-year-old, their parents, who, or God knows where in Mexico, they brought them here to have a good life. I think we should let those kids stay. I think those good grandma, who's been here for 70 years but never got her green card, should get to stay. She should get to stay. This is not the people that I don't think they're going to target. Um, but in some cases, it will be entire families, because they just walked in here in the last few years during the Biden administration, and they're going to go after them. I feel, but everyone should get a chance. By the way, Mike, I see you're here. I always call you Mike Fortner, but then there's an actor. The heck is his first name? I would tell you a movie you could see him in, but I won't tell you the movie because it's not a porn movie, um, but it's a guy who works with James L. Edwards. So look James L. Edwards up on Prime Video. I gotta warn you, there's a movie like no other movie I've ever seen, and I didn't expect it. I didn't go in looking for it. But the name Krista is in that movie. You'll be able to find it now. But he works all the time with this guy with the same name as yours. I think it's spelled the same, but it's Fortnier. Is that how you say it? Where are you? I've lost you now. Where did you go, Mike? There you are. Cash is just the guy we need in there. See, I haven't studied him too much. I worry for his safety based on what he says he wants to do. Yeah, everybody. They all need protection, and they need it right now. You're absolutely right. We saw what happened this past week. Progressives not getting their way are dangerous. I just can't believe President Biden fooled me. I thought he was middle class Amtrak Joe. I had no problem with him becoming the vice president of the United States. I could see why Obama would pick him, to even out the ticket and what have you. And then next thing you know, he's got 2 multi-million-dollar mansions and what have you. He's never written a best-selling book. He's never been paid a lot of money to speak. Where did that money come from? And why are we so hell bent on giving money to the Ukraine? It's you don't need to resurrect Peter Falk to play Columbo again for this one. You just don't, in my personal opinion. Jody Smith had to take a call. Well, okay, okay. I guess that's all right. Not going to be on too much longer, guys. It's 12:15. I'm freezing. Um, I have dishes to do downstairs before I turn in, and I got to warm this room up. But you guys are wonderful. You're just wonderful. It's been a great November. Thank you for those that hit the thanks button. We're still not at the goal, but hopefully a little bit more will come in. And of course, I rely on 1,000 per views, So if you see a video that doesn't come anywhere near that, that's not helping me in that area, as much fun as I may have and much as I believe in what I'm talking about. Um, it's a miss. It's a miss. I'm cold too, Jack. We got to put an extra O on that. Those things drive Karen crazy. Two, the number is TWO. Two is I'm going to church tomorrow. And two is in like an exclamation point. Two is TOO. So one more zero, please. I mean, one more O. O, X's and O's. That was kind of a clever modern song. I thought that was kind of cute. Who did that? I can't remember. I liked X's and O's. I found myself singing along with that a little bit. Keep doing what you're doing. Always good stuff. Thank you, Ted Richards, and thank you for supporting me financially as you have with your tips. This is simply a virtual tip jar here. It's like you've gone to the waitress and you've had a cheeseburger deluxe with a Diet Coke, that kind of thing, but less. I mean, when I go see Carmen over at the Colonial, I can't give her a tiny tip. I just can't. She's the best. So I don't do that. But I've had to cut down on my dining out. I have to cut down, I have. Um, Jack, did you go to the doctor Friday? Yes, I went to see Dr. Naidu. I never really told that story. Thanks for jogging my memory. I don't do much jogging. I don't do any jogging, but you jog my memory. So, I what I did is Thursday I said, Karen, I can't watch the parade in the rain with you because I need to sleep late because who knows if I'm going to get any sleep after that. So I didn't get up till 12:15, and it's dog show time. I took a quick shower and I went down, and there's those dogs with the guy who used to be on Seinfeld with the great voice. And Karen's watching the dog show. I knew she would be. It's pre-taped, it's not like it's live. It was done months ago. And but that's that's a tradition, and that's cool. And then that evening in the chair after the turkey, I did take another little nap. Another nap. I said, well, that's probably all I'm going to get. So then at about 3:30 in the morning, because I have a 9 a.m. appointment, I'm worried about Black Friday traffic. It's really, I'm definitely having some anxiety here. I took only one Xanax because I can't go to sleep for a long period of time. So 1/4 of a milligram. So I didn't have withdrawal from Xanax. And I took a shower at 3:30 in the morning, and then I had already washed my hair, so I didn't do it again. And I laid on the bed, fully clothed, with a blanket over me, and I maybe got 15 minutes there with my alarm set on my phone. Anyway, I left here at about 10 minutes to 6, and it was chilly and everything. And the traffic wasn't bad. You see some people driving crazy that if they were, if they were to hit something or somebody, it's going to mean death for somebody or more than one person. But I got down to Westchester at about 10 minutes to 6 o'clock in the morning. So I left at 10 minutes to 5 then. That's what I did. I left at 10 minutes to 5 for a 9 o'clock appointment. And now I'm there 3 hours early. During my trip, I was able to talk to my son because he has a early day on Friday, a long day on Friday. He drives for U.S. Foods. And so I had him there with me a good portion of the ride, and that was really great. Um, and I didn't need GPS because I know the way to Westchester and the way to San Jose. I would I would fly though because I really don't know the way to San Jose. But anyway, I did that, and so I was in the, I stayed in the car for like an hour or so. I didn't sleep though, and talked to my son again, and had my power bar and water because now I know I'm near a bathroom, and walked in there at about 10 minutes to 8, and went to the bathroom. Then I went to sign up at the Echo place, which is letter C. They're all in a row. Dr. Naidu, his people are letter B, and I'm going to see him after that. So I had my Echo with an unpronounceable. It was almost like her name was Michelangelo, but something like that, but with a L-A at the end. I don't know, but she was very nice, young tech, and that took about 40 minutes or so. They're stabbing that thing into your ribs, and it. So, and then they're going to do they're going to inject you with, what do you call that? I can never remember it because it's not just contrast. There's another name for it. I think it begins with a N, maybe. Hello, Faith Lloyd again. Welcome. She painted the X-ray. She touched it up a bit, Jack. um, so I got done with that, and um, went over and signed in with Dr. Naidu. My parking had already been validated by, not violated, by validated by the people over at the Echo office, and got in to see him ahead of time, just like the Echo was ahead of time. And I was out of there by I guess about 10:30 in the morning. And I didn't make the trip down the hallway to Panera Bread to get my chocolate croissants. I didn't. I said I had a power bar, and that's enough. That's enough. I'm okay. I don't have to go. By the way, they make better chocolate croissants at the Price Chopper here. The baker is extraordinary if I want chocolate croissants. And we have a place downtown I haven't even been at. We're talking high end. Mr. Croissant, it's called. Mr. Croissant. And they're like $5, $6 per croissant. So, that's high end. Where I can get two for like $4.49 at Price Chopper, and they're excellent. But anyway, um, I talked to Corey on the way back because he was still out there on the road, and can talk to me even when he's making deliveries sometimes. Otherwise, he'll call me back. Told Karen I was safe when I got there and everything, and well, I waited till like 8 o'clock. I didn't want to text too early. Told her I was headed back. And I was getting really tired coming back, but I'm not going to fall asleep. I will not let that happen. I'm not going that way. I'm not going that way. But traffic was moving on 87 on the thruway until I got near exit 16. I should have taken exit 13 for the Palisades Parkway. I didn't. And so what happened was that I get near there and I just see a line of cars on exit 16, and it's right near Woodbury Common, which is the hoity-toity outlet stores. You got all the biggies there, all the designers. They've built a 3-story parking garage since I worked there doing the security, and that's full. There's a electric sign that says lots full at Woodbury Common. Don't even go near there. They won't even let you. There's state troopers. They won't let you go down the road to Woodbury Common. So forget it. You're not going there. So people were literally finding spots to walk into Woodbury Commons from either Central Valley or from Harriman, because there must have been thousands and thousands of people there, more than I ever saw. And I was there on a Black Friday a time or two. Yeah. So I got caught in that, and I'm so tired at this point. 45 minutes to get into exit 16, then get past it, and then finally get to the point where traffic became okay on 17. I was thinking it wouldn't be, and I'd have to get off and go the back way, but it cleared up. and I went to the Colonial Diner where I saw Carmen. But I was so tired when I pulled into the diner parking lot. I pulled into the corner and took my sweatshirt as a pillow and I put the seat back and I went to sleep for like 20, 25 minutes because I was dog tired. And that diner was busy. Black Friday shoppers, that diner was busy. So I woke up and I felt pretty refreshed and I looked, and the diner parking lot was still pretty busy, but not as busy. So I went in there and picked a nice back booth in the Carmen section and she was jumping. She had a lot of customers, and so did the others. And so I had a steaming bowl of Manhattan clam chowder with my iced tea, and then a tuna fish sandwich on wheat toast with lettuce and tomato. There's something in the way they make the tuna at Colonial Diner. It's just terrific. It was terrific. So that's what I had. And I brought Karen something home. And, of course, we still had our leftovers from Thanksgiving. But anyway, long story short, Dr. Naidu came in when I saw him and said that everything was fine. He asked me if I had seen the pulmonologist because he says, if you don't get this done, eventually you could have AFib along with your cardiomyopathy. You don't want that. It may not have to be that you will be on the mask. Yes, it will mean that because you don't go on the Inspire thing willy-nilly. You have to tell them, I tried the mask. I just can't do it. You have to have the stats to show that you're not using it and what have you. This happens to so many people. And then maybe they'll give you the Inspire, something else implanted in my chest. I already have the defibrillator. But anyway, I understand what he's saying. I said, what you're saying is there's no way I'll live into my 80s if I don't do this. He said, well, you could live into your 80s, but you could be miserable, because there'll be lung damage. You don't want that. So I guess I got to go to the pulmonologist, and the guy downstairs, he got the CPAP and he's adapted to it. A lot of people don't, but I've been avoiding this for a lot of years. I think I have a mild case. And so the Dr. Naidu had said, if you lose 25 pounds, that'll lessen the sleep apnea. So I lost about 7 pounds, 8 pounds. I said, I failed. This time of year, it's really hard, but I can make that excuse any time of the year. I can eat a hot fudge sundae in January in 3-degree weather. I just don't do it outside. You know what I mean? So there you go. Yeah, you always want to worry about your quality of life, That's important. And some people just don't have that. And my heart goes out to them. Get the CPAP, Jack. I avoided it for 25 years. We got a lot in common here, Ted. And glad that you've been using it now for the last 7. I think you're about the same age as me, Ted, or am I thinking of someone else? Did you just turn 69 or was that somebody else? Or are you about to turn 69 or are you younger? I don't know. Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you very much. If I'm missing your comments as I'm babbling away here, I apologize. Sometimes someone will say something they really want me to catch and I miss it. Jimmy Buffett, Cheeseburger in Paradise is, a great song, but I got to stay away from those cheeseburgers there. Jody Smith, thank you for hitting the thanks button. Thank you so much. And Sammy, who was here, I don't know if he is now. If I lose you because you don't like my politics, you don't like what I said about your governor or something like that, I apologize. But this stuff comes from my heart. It's part of in my DNA, The fortunate thing is there'll be more and more positive things to say now as we get past January 20th. There'll be more and more positive things to say. Joe Biden can go to one of his $1 million beach houses, and I hope he has quality time and a lot of time to reflect on, his life and the things he has done. It's not important. I'm glad that he went to mass yesterday now. I'm glad that he went to mass, but that's not enough. You know that. If you're a serious Catholic, you know that. So we're talking about Freddie Boom Boom Cannon, Palisades Park. I went there as a kid. I did Ted Richards. I kind of vaguely remember it. I was pretty young, maybe 6, 7. Dad took us there. Took us there, meaning my mom and I. I don't have any brothers or sisters. I have a half sister, Loretta King. Where are you? Here's your half brother. Where are you? Are you still on the planet or not? I can't find you. I find a lot of Loretta Kings, but it doesn't see none of them seem to be you on the Facebook, you know. She'd be in her 70s now. Yeah, it's a great song, Palisades Park. He's still living. He goes on Cousin Brucey, who's 89 years old. Cousin Bruce Morrow is 89 years old and still looks pretty good and still sounds pretty good on WABCRadio.com Saturday nights at 6 p.m. And of course, he's on the big 77 a.m. if you can pull that in. Jack, now saw you were back on. What? Not for much longer. We're about to read some of Psalm 91. That was suggested by Todd Bradshaw, who quoted the 14th verse. He noted the 14th verse. Pet is talking to Laura. Wow. Jack, you watch Larry's County Diner? You watch Larry's County Diner? No, where do I find that, Jody? If you say RFD TV, I got to bring that in. That's not on. It's on when I had Hulu. I think I had access. I mean, you can just go directly to the source and pay for it, and drag it in. You know, you can do it that way. I used to enjoy when I was working for the 95-year-old gentleman who passed away soon after he turned 96. I used to love watching the RFD shows, including the Jimmy Sturr Polka Party on Friday nights at 7 p.m. East Coast time. He hasn't taped new shows in quite a while, though. But the Jimmy Sturr TV show, I don't know, he's got 60, 70 episodes that they keep running. But if you want to hear Jimmy Sturr's Saturday Night Polka Party, which I missed hearing tonight, I'm hoping that he's going to use some of my voice liners that I gave him, and maybe even my polka weekend spot that I did. You can just go to the polkajammernetwork.org, polkajammernetwork.org, click archives, scroll down a little ways, and you'll see both shows that Jimmy Sturr does, the Saturday Night Polka Party and Polka Session that he's been doing since I was a little kid. So, and he still sounds great. Still sounds great. Great radio DJ. He really is. And you just play them in the archives. I'll be doing that later today. I'll be playing the Saturday Night Polka Party, but I guess I can't be doing it outside in the gazebo. I miss that. So no cigar smoking for me in the winter. I don't do that. And when I do it's it's just a couple a month or so, 2, 3 a month tops. Because I know I'm not supposed to be doing that. I don't inhale it, but still, you know. So Psalm 91 is what Todd Bradshaw brought us to when he hit the Cash App for $20 earlier. I got big print, New King James Version here. So he quoted Psalm 91. Now start with verse 1. We'll see how far we get here. How many verses are there? I think we might go all the way because there's only 16 verses. Psalm 91, I always like to close with the word of God. Hopefully we won't lose the signal. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in Him I will trust. Surely He shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the perilous pestilence. He shall cover you with his feathers. I love that. And under his wings you shall take refuge. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. You shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the arrow that flies by day, nor of the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor of the destruction that lays waste at noonday. 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. Only with your eyes shall you look and see the reward of the wicked. Because you have made the Lord, who is my refuge, even the Most High, your dwelling place. No evil shall befall you, nor shall any plague come near your dwelling, for he shall give his angels charge over you to keep you in all your ways. In their hands they shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone. You shall tread upon the lion and the cobra, the young lion and the serpent you shall trample underfoot. Verse 14 that Todd noted. Because he has set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high because he has known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Beautiful, Todd. Beautiful. Haven't read that in quite a while. Psalm 91 in the New King James Version. Well, certainly, Jody, President Trump, as he has stood firm in a time of brutal um, antagonization. Is that a word? Antagonizing. A constant barrage of abuse and false accusations. Oh, we know who Donald Trump is and that he's had many moral uh, failure, like all of us men have. Did you know that John F. Kennedy got a 16-year-old? They called her a White House aide, but I guess he must have been an intern. He got her. He took her virginity and got her pregnant. Did you know that? And we call him one of our greatest presidents. Yet he cheated on his wife 1,000 ways to Sunday. Bobby Kennedy did too. That was the Kennedy weakness, Ted Kennedy. I think Bobby Jr., as far as we can tell, we haven't heard anything, and we would if there was something to dig up. He may be the one Kennedy that doesn't fit that mold. He broke the chain. So we'll give him a chance as health secretary, and Trump will watch over him. You don't do anything that Trump doesn't approve of. So to my friend who didn't like me talking against the governor, I don't want to do that, but I don't think President Trump wants to be king. He almost got killed because he loves the United States of America. He's the president-elect that stooped down on a sidewalk recently in crowded Chicago. People were held back, of course, by police and Secret Service. This woman was holding a sign saying that she was a veteran and she had no place to live. And he squatted there and he talked to her and said, "You're really a veteran, huh?" And she's told him the story and what have you. He said, "You don't have a place to live?" He says, No, I don't." And he says, "Well, the first thing I'm going to get you is a hot meal." Then he gets on his phone with his assistant and he says, "We have to find right away. We have to find a place for this woman to stay. And she's going to need things and what have you. And I want you to take care of that and send someone down that can help her do these things and get her situated." That's who Donald Trump is. Far from the man he was in 2016 when he was brand spanking new. He's a wonderful man, and I love him. And I am excited that he's going to be president again because I love America. And what we would have had if the other side had won was this plane would have nosedived into the ocean. And it's not going to happen now. So many terrible things that were going to happen. God is using Donald Trump, he's using him in a mighty way. And he's giving us a second chance when we don't deserve it. We don't deserve it, but it's another sample of his amazing grace using Donald Trump and the others that he has chosen to do it. Not every decision will be right. He's still a sinner, but now he knows that God has got his hand on him in a way that he didn't know before, and that then God will work through him. So Franklin Graham would tell you that. Franklin Graham would tell you that. So I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled that America it has pulled away from this collision course. Pray for the safety of President Trump and all that are in his cabinet, and J.D. Vance and his family. And I think J.D. will probably be the candidate in 2028, and I'm just fine with that. I'm just fine with that. Betty Flesher, hi. I love my President Trump. You and me both, Betty. And it's okay if people don't feel that way, but I'm sorry I can't let you censor me from I will I will tell you I won't always be doing it, but in my Homage to Rush series that I hope everybody will check out, there's 6 episodes so far. We pay homage to Rush Limbaugh, and we cover the events of the day and my take on it and other people's take on it as well. We play just like Rush would hit sound bites. I hit sound bites in that program. So there you go. Bob is meant to preach. He's meant to preach the word of God, and he wants to do it till he can't do it anymore. Ruthie, I love you, and everybody else. I started calling names. I like Marty Greco. Amen, Jack. Good night, everyone. See you next time. I'm so glad you stopped by. Cheryl Larson and everybody else here. Ted and Todd, and see, I started calling names now. That only alienates people. I don't mean to do that. Thank you for watching Worldwide Ramblings. It is now the 1st of December, a month I'll always remember because it's going to be exciting. We'll talk to you soon. We'll do a midweek Worldwide Ramblings. I'll let you know when that is. Spend some time in prayer and remember that God has given us a second chance. Let's make the best of it. Good night, everybody.